So our Mr. President is here with us, and he will give us his opening remarks. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining. So Mr. President will log in now.
Distinguished guests, respected leaders here present, senior colleagues and colleagues. On behalf of the leadership of the entire membership of the Association of Resident Doctors, Udut, it gives me a great pleasure to welcome you all to this important occasion titled How to Leverage Artificial Intelligence to Discover Research Gaps. In today's rapidly evolving world, artificial intelligence is transforming many sectors, and healthcare, medical research are no exceptions. The traditional method of literature review, data analysis, and identification of research gaps are increasingly being complemented by intelligent digital tools capable of analyzing a vast amount of scientific information within seconds. As resident doctors, we occupy a unique position at the intersection of clinical practice, academic training, and research development. However, one of the major challenges many researchers face is identifying meaningful research gaps that can contribute to scientific knowledge and improve patient care. Workshops such as this are therefore timely and essential. Today's program is designed to equip us with practical knowledge on how artificial intelligence tools can support literature exploration, pattern recognition, and identification of unanswered questions in medical science. By leveraging these technologies responsibly, we can strengthen evidence-based practice and produce research that addresses real clinical problems in our environment. We are particularly honored to collaborate with the International Institute of Artificial Intelligence and Research, whose expertise in artificial intelligence and research innovation will undoubtedly enrich our understanding and skills. I encourage all participants to be actively engaged, ask questions, share ideas, and take full advantage of this opportunity to learn. The knowledge gained here today has the potential to not only improve our individual research capacity, but also to contribute to the advancement of healthcare delivery in our institutions and beyond. Once again, I warmly welcome you all and wish us a productive and enlightening workshop. Thank you very much. Thank you. Welcome you all. Welcome the International Institute of Artificial Intelligence and Research. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Mr. President, for that well articulated speech. Thank you. There's no doubt artificial intelligence has come to stay, and the better we understand how we can use it ethically to make it in our various field of endeavors, then the better for us. The next thing on our agenda, if you look at it, is we would like to recite the citation of our guest facilitator, person of Mr. Emmanuel. So, and the person that will help us to do that this evening is Dr. Alpha Muhammad. Dr. Alpha Muhammad, please kindly unmute and briefly read the citation of Mr. Emmanuel Nwabuji. Thank you very much, and thank you everyone once again for your time. Dr. Alpha Muhammad, kindly go on, please.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much, Dr. Salih Shaibu, for finding me worthy of reciting the citation of Mr. Emmanuel. So Mr. Emmanuel Nwabuji Usulo is a certified digital skills trainer with the Computer Professionals Registration Council of Nigeria. He is also a certified AI and research professional at the International Institute of Artificial Intelligence and Research. Emmanuel is a chartered accountant with the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria. He holds certification as a financial modeling and valuation analyst and a business intelligence and data analyst from the Corporate Finance Institute, Canada. He is also an associate chartered finance professional with the Institute of Chartered Finance Professionals of the United States of America, which is a chartered certified associate forensic accountant and fraud investigator with the Chartered Institute of Certified Forensic Accountant and Fraud Investigator, United States of America, and is Chartered Associate Internal Controller and Auditor with the Chartered Institute of Internal Controllers and Auditors of the United States of America. Emmanuel is the lead consultant at Verizon Global Research and Forensic Laboratory, where he provides strategic guidance, technical expertise, and high-level advisory support in research design, forensic investigations, academic consulting, and AI-powered research solutions. He leads major projects, mentors research teams, and ensures clients receive accurate, innovative, and global competitive analytical outputs. His leadership has contributed significantly to the organization's reputation as a trusted center for excellence in research, training, and forensic service across Africa. Emmanuel is a serial entrepreneur and a disciplined professional known for his expertise in research strategy, data analysis, book and content writing, documentation management, and financial and business management. His wealth of knowledge enables him to provide effective solutions to contemporary challenges faced by individuals, institutions, and organizations. Working with Nwaboji Emmanuel Onsolo is a signature of success. Ladies and gentlemen, this afternoon, I present to you our facilitator in person of Mr. Emmanuel Onsolo. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Alpha, for that wonderful citation of our facilitator. At this point, I will welcome Mr. Emmanuel to begin his presentation. The floor is yours, sir.
Thank you so much for having me in this gathering this evening. My sincere appreciation goes to the Resident Doctors Association of Resident Doctors in SOKOTO, most especially Dr. Mujtaba, who brought this initiative with his colleague, Dr. Sally and Dr. Alpha. Thank you so much for having me in this platform. And I want to assure you that the little moment we'll be sharing together this evening will be full of insight. We are not here to discuss theory. We are here to go straight to the point, to get to let you know what should be done and how it should be done. We've heard a whole lot of theories when it comes to research. We've heard a whole lot of theories when it comes to artificial intelligence. We've heard a whole lot of theories, but where people always get confused is, how can I be able to do this? So thank you so much for making yourself available. As at this moment, we are having about 126 persons connected to this live webinar, though we have about 200 and something registered persons, which I believe as we keep on discussing, other persons will keep on joining us. So one thing you will do for me as we keep discussing here is, if you have any question, please drop it under the comment section or you jot it down in your notes. Towards the ending part, we'll definitely have a moment where we'll rub minds together. I will get to know areas you need clarifications so that we can look into it in detail. I don't like when I'm discussing and I'm switching to attend to questions. No. That will really cause a whole lot of distractions. So please get your questions ready. And most importantly, when you are in my class, when we are together discussing, I love focus so much. I love focus. You must be able to follow me carefully. And that is because it is not just about what I say per time, but you must be able to pay attention to study the the sequence of my conversation so that you can be able to understand what we are discussing here. So if you have question any moment, it's possible that what I'll be saying next may be the answer to your question, which is actually the essence of you paying very good attention so that we can be able to make very good use of this moment. In my training, I'm not this kind of a person who loves using slides, but because of time, I would like to just use a brief slide. But most of the things we'll be doing here will be pure practical. I'll be showing you how to do this. This is this one. This is how we go about doing it. If possible, you have access to maybe AI tools wherever you are. You can join me as we are doing here. You can be doing there because the best way to learn is by doing, not just by mere listening. So if you join me while I'm doing here, you do at your own end. But another thing I want to assure you sincerely this moment is that everything we'll be discussing here is not something that after discussion you go and study before you apply. It is not possible. The moment we are discussing, I'll make sure I break everything down such that you can walk out of this training, pull your laptop, and get to do exactly what we will be doing here, and you get a result. If it is not a result, then there is no essence of we gathering here. So once again, thank you so much for inviting me, the Association of Resident Doctors, and most importantly, all of you gathered here. Thank you for deeming it worthy to sacrifice this moment to come and gain some insight from this platform. So before I move straight to our discussion, as introduced by the moderator, my name is Wogboji Emmanuel Osolo, and I am the founder of Verizon Global Research Lab. At the same time, I am the executive director at the International Institute of Artificial Intelligence and Research. And let me tell you, the little we'll be discussing here is just about 0.005% of the entire knowledge you are expected to have when it comes to leveraging artificial intelligence to automate your research processes. So I will encourage you to reach out to the Association of Resident Doctors in Sokoto, get to know more about the full packages. We have handed over the entire packages we have. Currently, we have AI and Research Empowerment Challenge, a Pan-African initiative of the International Institute of Artificial Intelligence and Research in collaboration with the Verizon Global Research Lab. And through this initiative, we've made available a robust training package that will help you to master everything about research, everything about leveraging artificial intelligence, everything about data analysis to an extent, everything about plagiarism, AI rate detection and removal. So keep in touch with the association, keep in touch with us, and trust me, we have a whole lot. Possibly towards the end of this discussion, we'll look into the various packages we have that will really benefit you beyond deep insight we'll be sharing this moment. So it's time for us to move to the real business of this evening. You cannot see my screen from your end.
We can see.
I see my screen. Fantastic. Good. I just need a single confirmation. Before I keep on with this presentation, please have it in mind that this is Africa, this is Nigeria, and network has never been stable any moment. At any point in time you have network issue, just know that we are making necessary efforts at our own end. By the end of this training, we will definitely share the pre-recorded version of this training. We will also give you access to previous pre-recorded training programs as regards to leveraging artificial intelligence to discover research gap. So the real business starts now. As a resident doctor or as a researcher, whenever you have an idea to research on, there are two major things you must bear in mind. That first of all, there is a problem. And that problem is what actually inspired you to pick your pen, pick your paper, pick your laptop to actually search for solution for that problem. The second thing you need to bear in mind is that problem you want to solve, you are not the only person who is trying to solve it. There are people who have actually tried to solve that same problem, and they have used different methods to solve that problem. They have used different approach to solve that problem, but something is still missing. Something has not been discovered. There is a solution that has not been discovered. That which is missing is what we call research gap. That is to tell us that when you have a research problem to actually provide solution to, you bear in mind that somebody may have made recommendation before. There is a peculiar proverb that states that a young cock doesn't crow until it hears from the old ones. And we humans, most times when we are talking, we make references to maybe quotes, we make references to maybe proverbs. These are words of the old ones which we are using to justify what we are saying, what we are doing for the moment. The essence of discovering research gap is for you to know what has been done by other researchers who noticed the same problem you noticed. Because if you fail to discover the gap, what you are trying to do is that you may end up just reinventing the wheel, just bringing up the same solution someone may have introduced before. Let's use a simple medical case, for instance. As a medical doctor, I know we have a medical issue we call malaria. There are a whole lot of researchers who have come together to study malaria, and they provide a whole lot of solutions, different drugs. And before any drug is being manufactured, being developed, there is a research that went into the process. Now, if we have drug A for malaria, drug B for malaria, drug C for malaria, have it in mind that there is something in drug B that is not in drug A, and they are all fighting malaria. They were able to discover that gap, which is what they introduced into drug B, because when they started the research, they were able to do a total literature review, and they were able to come up with research gap. That research gap is what gave them the edge to add an addition to the medication they are now recommending to people as the solution to malaria. And we can see different drugs solving the same problem, malaria. See the same drug solving the same problem, maybe H. pylori. We see the same drug solving similar issues, but there is a gap each one tries to close. So from this moment, whenever you pick up your pen, you pick up your laptop, you gather yourself together that you want to go into research, have it in mind that the first thing pushing you to go into that research is that there is a research problem. And as there is a research problem, know that there are many people who have been able to come up with solutions to solve that problem, either in old formats or in line with the current trend. But the point is that there is no single solution that is always 100% complete. Something is missing. When you go into research, find out that which is missing. If you are unable to find out what is missing, then you are not a researcher. Maybe you are just a copycat who copies and pastes different ideas and compile it and call it a research document. Every research document must have a research problem, and every research problem must look at the research gap it must close. So that is the brief you have to have in mind as we go into the full practical session of how you can leverage artificial intelligence to now discover the research gap. Now, let's look at some research gaps we have in research. I also recommend that possibly maybe after this training, I will send a mail across. We have a book we call Research Gap Handbook. This book contains everything you need to know about research gaps. Everything is a book produced by our team of researchers at Verizon Global Research Lab. That book is going for 5,000 naira, but whoever that participates in this program will be given 2,000 naira discount so that you have access to it and get yourself grounded. I always tell people that balanced diet is a combination of good food and good book. If you must eat well, make sure that you also study well. Make sure you consume both healthy food and healthy information. If you fail to feed your mind and you only feed your stomach alone, what you are indirectly doing is that you are creating an opportunity to enrich your toilet, but you are depriving yourself the opportunity to enrich your bank account. Anytime you see opportunity to invest, maybe 1 naira, 2 naira, 10 naira into anything that will make your mind to remain healthy, please do that. Some of us spend 100,000, 200, even 1 million just to stock our kitchen, but we don't even have a single library that contains information, refined information that helps our mind to remain healthy. So let's look at the research gaps we have. The first one we have here is conceptual gap. Conceptual gap talks about the definition researchers are attached to different concepts. When you pick up your research, you want to go into it, we have what we call variables. Variables are the ones that make up your research objectives, research questions, and hypotheses where your study requires hypotheses. Now, if you visit different research papers, you will see that most of these variables have different definition. They have different researcher A will come up, this is my own definition, this is my own perspective of what this variable is all about. Because there is always, we always have different definitions, there is always conceptual gap. You are trying to clarify, telling people that, okay, I am studying something that has to do with malaria, and this is the definition of what malaria is all about in this study we are working on. So you look at it as nobody agrees what it means, that there is no general definition. However, some concepts, some variables have general definitions. But irrespective of that general definitions, we always have different perspectives surrounding it. Then we have theoretical gap. In research, every research study, every reasonable research study should and must be justified using 1, 2, or more theories. However, most times we have similar studies being justified by different types of theories, and sometimes you may even review some studies, you see that there is no any particular theory they use in justify that. That alone creates what we call theoretical gap. Theoretical gap. There must be theories you are using to justify your study. Then we now have methodological gap. Methodological gap here tells us about your approach in conducting the research, your approach in your analysis. Some studies can be mixed methodology. Some studies can just be qualitative. Some can just be quantitative. Some studies will rely on primary data. Another study will come on board and say this study should rely on primary data. But I think if we use secondary data, the study will give us the kind of solution we recommend out there. You understand? So when we're talking about different methodologies, you review a whole lot of papers to see their methodologies and tell yourself, okay, this one use this, this one use this, this one use this. I think if we use this particular methodology, this study will be more robust. This study will provide a recommendation that will actually put out there and get to solve a whole lot of problems. Then we have empirical, we have empirical gap. Empirical gap is telling us that, okay, this study is in this angle, but there is a limited findings in that aspect. There is a limited number of persons who have been able to collect data, analyze it, and come up with their empirical findings. That is empirical gap. Okay, most of the studies have been seen, they are just theories. There is no anyone that actually go in details to maybe collect data using primary method or collect data using secondary method, analyze the data, and be able to provide solutions. Everything I'm seeing is just theory, or maybe everything I'm seeing is just based on pure empirical analysis. There is no any study that has been able to adopt theoretical perspective, position paper perspective to actually project same idea. That is empirical gap. Then we have population gap. Population gap here is telling us that, okay, this particular study is focused on what is happening in Abuja. What if we shift our attention to what is happening in Lagos? Same issue, but we are looking at how it's affecting different groups, people from different locations. You can conduct a study using Nigeria as your research domain. The same study, you pick it up again and say, oh, let me throw it to Ghana and see what I will get from Ghana. When you are trying to look at different groups, you are talking about looking at the population or the contextual gap. Then we also have the knowledge or the evidence gap. When we are talking about knowledge evidence gap here, we are saying that, okay, so many studies have been conducted, but they are already outdated. For instance, a study that was conducted 2010, you cannot tell me that what happened in 2010 and 2010 and what is happening currently are the same. They cannot be the same. So it requires that you now go ahead and conduct another study to see, okay, what is the difference between what happened in 2010 and what is happening currently. You understand? When a study is already outdated, you really need to update it. And that is why when it comes to literature review, we always emphasize that you limit your study to current research papers. You don't conduct research and everything I'll be seeing in your research paper is maybe 1990. You are citing people who conducted research in 1996. You are citing people who conducted research 2021, 2025. What happens to 2025? What happens to 2020? It should be current, and we always look at about 5 years interval. At least if you are citing studies within 5 years, you see that yes, you know what you are doing. Whenever you go into your research, look at these 6 areas to be able to discover your research gaps. There are other ones. I think research gaps get to about 8. When you pick up that our book called Research Handbook, you will get to see all the research gaps that we have, get to know them, because by knowing them, you know about how to be able to discover them. Now, when we are talking about leveraging artificial intelligence to discover all these gaps, before I mention some of these AI tools we have here that we can use to discover research gaps, let me walk you through the process of going into discovering of research gap. Research starts from when you have your idea. You now break your idea down to form what we call researchable topic. Your idea can be valid, but the way you structure your topic matters a whole lot. Break it down to get your researchable topic. Now, when you get your researchable topic, the next thing now is to go into literature review. For every single idea you have, trust me, there are thousands of papers out there within that same idea. These are papers that you are expected to consult. I see researchers most times, they go into research And what they call their research gap is that nobody has studied this area. Who told you nobody has studied this area? You are just weak to conduct a robust literature review. If you conduct a robust literature review, you will see that there is no single idea that is new. Let me walk you back to what happened when I was in my final year in the university. As at that time, bank verification number was still coming up newly. But I picked interest in bank verification number. I recommended it to my supervisor that this is what I want to study. The supervisor was a bit uncomfortable. This thing is just new. If you go into this research, are you sure you will be able to see research materials to use and build up the study? I told him, let me try. Now, when I go into full literature review of this idea, I discovered that bank verification number was built on the concept of biometric verification. Our biometric. Sorry, let me take water, permit me. Now, thank you. Somebody who is not all that good in literature review will say, okay, this is just bank verification number. There are no materials. No, there are materials. Go into study. For every idea you have, there are other ideas that are supporting that particular one. You can review your literature from that angle. So that was how I was able to build up that paper. And I end up scoring A in my final year research paper in the university. Now, when you are going into literature review and you want to do it manually, and you have about 1,000 research papers to actually source for, which is the first thing we'll do in the practical phase. Tell me, how many days will it take you to be able to source 1,000 papers? How do you, apologies, how do you go about sourcing these 1,000 research papers? This is where so many researchers get confused. But with artificial intelligence, just bam, a second, the instruction you will be given to artificial intelligence, trust me, you will get to source over 5,000 research papers that are within that context you are exploring. That is the beauty of using artificial intelligence. Most people always think using artificial intelligence is just all about the copy and paste we do in Google. It is far beyond that copy and paste. Most people think, when it comes to using artificial intelligence, how can I be able to escape the AI rate? Even if you're not, go to Google, copy something from Google, and go and check the AI rate in what you copied from Google. It will be still showing you that that thing you copied from Google was written with AI. In the process of justifying what came from AI and what did it come from AI, the Constitution of America was subjected to AI test, and it was showing that the Constitution was written using AI. You know when the Constitution of America was written? Far back. That is to tell you that your major worry when it comes to using AI for research is not just about that single rate, that the rate is high, the rate is low. There are many beautiful things you can use artificial intelligence to do in terms of your research, and it starts with the literature review. You can source your materials easily using different AI tools. And in that AI and research empowerment challenge I was telling you about, where we have AI practical training for researchers, very robust. It covers over more than 50 AI tools that you as a researcher should be aware of, and also get to know the best way to use them. Because of time, we cannot be able to visit all the AI tools that you as a researcher should be able to use and get your research done. Or if you registered for that training I was telling you about, trust me, that is the beginning of your new perspective when it comes to research. So let me quickly walk us through some of the AI tools that we will be using. For our practical will be limited to either ChatGPT or cloud, depending on how the network is here. We can decide to use ChatGPT. If it's slow, we use cloud. Yes. And I will recommend that if you are a researcher, a serious researcher who is not just interested in copy and paste, I'm talking about serious researcher here. Try as much as possible to get access to premium ChatGPT or premium cloud. If you reach out to our team, ChatGPT Plus is just 5,000 naira, but if you have to get it on your own, you'll be spending at 1,500. And we have ChatGPT Pro. That one is costing over 300,000 naira, but if you reach out to my team, they give it to you 10,000 naira. These are the tools, not just the necessary free ChatGPT. The free ChatGPT cannot do the kind of work we want to do now. You understand? So try as much as possible to get that. And if you join our AI and Research Empowerment Challenge, I believe some doctors here are already part of this AI and Research Empowerment Challenge, because that was how they discovered this platform. When you join our AI and Research Empowerment Challenge, you will be having access to ChatGPT Plus for complete 12 months free of charge. And how much will it even cost you to join this challenge? 15,500. So that is by the way. Let's look at some of the tools here. Number one here is the Semantic Scholar. Then the number two here is PubMed Merge. Then we have Elicit. We have Consensus.app. We have Research Rabbit. We have Connected Papers. We have ChatGPT/Crowd. And also we have DeepSeek, Grok, and so many other ones that fall in this category. Then we have Site.ai. We have Insightful.xyz. We have Lead Maps. We have Researcher Screener. We have C-Space Typeset. ChatGPT already mentioned it. We have Journey.ai. We have Zotero plus AI plugin. We have Rayhan. We have Confidence. We have Trick AI. We have so many, getting to 100 AI tools that a researcher should be aware of and get to know how to use them. Some of these tools, just a little instruction you will give to AI, AI will fetch all the available literature, something that you will spend weeks, months to get to do. AI will help you to do it within a second. That tells us that there are two core benefits you'll be enjoying when you start using artificial intelligence. Number one, artificial intelligence will help you to do anything you want to do faster than you always do it. Artificial intelligence will help you to do anything you want to do better than how you have been doing it. These two benefits can be coined into what I would call productivity. If you are a researcher, what is your research productivity? How productive you are as a researcher? As a medical doctor, how productive you are you in terms of your job? Do you know that you become more productive 100 times more than how you are now if you can master the best way, the practical approach? I'm not talking about the AI training that you attend and they will just feed you with theories. I'm talking about practical where they hold you by hand and tell you this is what should be done and this is how it should be done, such that you walk out of that platform and go and do it and you get results immediately. If it is not results, we are not talking about International Institute of Artificial Intelligence. We are not talking about Verizon. Everything we do revolves around results. And that is why our core mission is to help you invest in the right knowledge, in the right AI tools that will help you to achieve results, to remain productive. So now I will gladly tell you that the story aspect has come to an end. We'll now go to AI tool and start the practical aspect. We'll start with okay, let me see if I have any research topic. I would have said let's start from the angle of how you can turn your idea into a research topic. Or maybe when you join our AI training, you get to learn all those ones. Let's focus so that we will not waste too much time. We have limited time to get to do all this. Let me fetch a research topic we can work on. I think I got one yesterday when I was preparing for this program. Yeah, I have this one. So we will be looking at what I call effect of smartphone use on sleep quality among medical residents in Nigeria. Effect of smartphone use on sleep quality among medical residents. Let's assume you have an idea in this area. AI can just help you filter that idea and turn it to a researchable topic. The beauty of using AI is so much. So let's pick up this topic and let's go straight to AI. Let's go straight to AI. Let me use ChatGPT first. We have cloud, we have ChatGPT, and ChatGPT is more, cloud is more expensive, but cloud gives perfect result more than ChatGPT, but it is very, very expensive. Not as if it's all that expensive anyway. So this is the topic we will be working on, and this is ChatGPT here. In case you are new to ChatGPT, pardon my manner, in case you are new to ChatGPT, maybe you have been hearing ChatGPT, but you have never used it. You don't even know that ChatGPT can help you to this extent to achieve results in your research. This is how you log into ChatGPT. Just go to, maybe if you are using your phone, go to Play Store and download ChatGPT. There is an application called ChatGPT. Download it. When you download it, sign in and log in. Then if what you want to use is cloud, go to Play Store, download it, sign up, sign in, and start using it. All of these tools always come with the free package. But the free package of it is like this. Let me give this analogy. The free package of AI tool is like, I want to travel from Abuja, here I am, to Lagos, or maybe I want to travel because I know in this training there is somebody from Ghana there. I know I checked through the registration, I see the location where people came from. We have people from different African countries, and currently Verizon Global and International Institute of Artificial Intelligence is serving our knowledge partners in about 10 African countries. And I forget to mention that Verizon Global was powered by Tony Elumelu Foundation in 2024. That was how we came into Limelight and start what we are doing to be able to give value to people. So we are intentional about what we are doing. So let's assume you want to travel from Abuja here to Ghana. ChatGPT free or cloud free or some of this AI free is like you telling yourself that I have the capacity to use my leg and trek from Abuja to Ghana, trek from Abuja to Lagos. That is the free ChatGPT. All these AI tools, they have free package. But if you are a serious researcher or you are serious about your productivity, don't limit your activities to the free one. Trust me, the result you will get when you start using premium AI tools is massive. It's just like you are traveling and you decide to travel with plane. From Abuja here to Lagos is just approximately 1 hour. And you get, but imagine you want to trek. I wonder number of days you use to trek. Or maybe you want to use car. You will use about 12 hours to get to Lagos from Abuja. But when you start using the premium tool, trust me, the result you will get is just so massive. Let's start having the habit of investing small money into some tools to get our. Please mute yourself unless you have something to say. Mute yourself. Please. Mute yourself.
Mr. Taiwo, kindly mute yourself. Mr. Taiwo.
Sorry. God bless you, Mr. Taiwo. God bless you. So when you log into ChatGPT, they will first of all welcome you by giving you the free package. If you log into Cloud, it will welcome you by giving you the free package. But for you to be able to achieve results, I recommend you go for the premium too. If you look at this particular one I'm using here now, you can see this one is ChatGPT Plus. We have different accounts which we have made available for our students so that because once you join our AI platform, we give you AI too. Then we have this one that is Plus. This one is Plus. Then this one is Cloud. Cloud has a max of it and so many other things. So let's quickly, now we have our topic here. And the first thing we want to do is to be able to source materials that we can use and build up this topic. Because I don't have the strength of say, I want to visit library A, library B in source of document. I don't have the strength of wasting my time on Google just because I want to search for research materials I can use to build up this paper. But straight here with just simple instruction, I will give to ChatGPT. ChatGPT will help me to search and get all the necessary documents that I can use to build up this. So what is the instruction I will give? I'll just tell ChatGPT at the front or maybe anywhere before the key topic. I'll tell ChatGPT, I want to conduct research. And please let me also advise you, there is a book called The Art of Talking to AI. Very, very important. That book is going for 5,000, but if you're part of this training, you have 2,000 Naira discount. Who gets that book? The Art of Talking to AI. Why you need to master how to talk to AI is because before the advent of AI or before AI became rampant, the normal practice of human relating to machine is human taking time to study the language of machine before humans can be able to work with that machine. But the reverse is now the case. AI is now trying to understand the language of humans before it can be able to work with humans. So if you don't know how to talk to AI, you cannot get results. That is just the simple truth. You can't get results. You will keep on complaining this thing is not working. You are the one who doesn't understand how to communicate with AI. So I'll just tell AI, I want to conduct research on the effect of smartphone use on sleep quality among medical residents in Nigeria. Whatever be your own topic, follow this pattern. Then I need, maybe what you need is just 10. Maybe what you need is 20. Maybe what you need is 100. I need 20 research journals. If maybe you have in mind the particular journal that you want to know whether there are papers that have been published there, fetch out the name of that journal. Or maybe you are looking at Scopus Index journals. You just want journals from Scopus Index to be able to use and build up your, mention it. Or you are not interested in any particular one, you just want a published research journal. Now I need 20 research journal papers around this topic that I can review for my research. Give me the link to download those papers. You need those papers and you need the link to easily download them, right? So give me these two papers, provide the links I can use to download these papers. Once you've given all the necessary instruction, I will not be going in details of how to give instructions, but robust instructions are not just as simple as this. Because of time, we just limit it to this way. When you get that book, How to Talk to AI, trust me, your insight will be so something else. So let's just send it and see what AI will give to us. We requested for 20. Now, you can see what we have here. Here are 20 relevant journal papers. Your paper you are using for your research must be relevant. Mark that word. It is not every research paper that is relevant for a particular research. You understand? Your paper must be relevant, and that's the essence of you being able to work with AI, because AI will help you to fetch relevant research journals. So look at this one: smartphone use and sleep quality. It gave me the link. I can use and download it. And let me point it straight. This is where the ethical aspect of using research comes in now. Sometimes AI can present something that is not correct. It will be presented intelligently, such that if you are not in control, I always tell people that AI is just like a car. A car currently, except the one I'm hearing that we are now having driverless cars, or how do they put it? You must see AI like a car. You are the one driving the AI. If there is an issue that led to car having an accident, just know that something must have happened to the driver. If you are using AI, have it in mind that AI can give you something that is not accurate. And that is when I hear people saying that AI will make people lazy, I just laugh. Because if you don't know how to use AI very well, AI will disgrace you. AI will land you in serious problem. You must master how to use AI. Go and check research, you will see that a whole lot of people have actually messed themselves up because they use AI blindly. Please, the ethical use of AI requires that you verify everything AI gives to you. When you request for journal papers like this, you want to use and build up a paper, have it in mind that sometimes AI can give you papers that are not in existence. When you click the link, you see that that paper is not valid, right? So always make sure you verify. So I requested for 20 papers. You can see all the 20. If you request for 100, in as much as that 100 is available and they are reachable, they are available online. Trust me, ChatGPT or Cloud or other AI, Paper Digest, Scholastic, Site.ai. So many, I say we have almost over 100 AI tools you can use to support your research work. And even as a medical doctor, some of these things you do in your office, there are so many AI tools that can help you do them faster and better. Now, what we want to
Mr. Taiwo, your mic is on.
So what we want to do now is let's pick some of these papers one after the other and see whether they are valid. If they are valid, we download them, because this is now the material sourcing phase. And remember, part of your instruction here should not, because I told you that this instruction is not complete, but because of time, I can't go down to articulate a complete instruction. Another word for instruction, the standard word we use in AI environment is prompt. Prompt is the same thing as instruction, and you have to see artificial intelligence like your PA. In fact, sometimes I always quarrel with artificial intelligence when I'm trying to do some things. If I'm not getting the kind of, I'll quarrel with it. Artificial intelligence will start begging me, sorry, I will do it this way. You must see AI as your personal virtual assistant. By seeing it that way, trust me, you can achieve any kind of result using AI. So part of the instruction I should have included here is the time range that I want my papers to be. Maybe I want papers from 2020 to 2025. I want papers from, just as I mentioned, maybe you have a particular journal platform you are looking for. You should also mention maybe the time range and some other things. Or maybe you have a particular author that you are searching for his or her paper. Just add that person, that author's name, in as much that researcher published the research on the internet, AI will help you fetch it out wherever it is and bring it to you. Maybe as a researcher, you are handling your PhD, you are handling your MSc, and you want to surprise your supervisor that you really know what you are doing. by including maybe the research papers of that research, your supervisor. Tell AI, this is the name of my supervisor. Help me fetch all the journal papers that this man has published. Your supervisor will be so shocked to see that, you are able to go to the extent of citing my papers in your research. You are doing well. You are doing well, right? So let's look at some of these papers, download them. Then this is how you go about sourcing materials. When we are done sourcing materials, we now move to the another phase, which is literature review. And we are limiting our literature review to be able to discover ideas that will help us identify the literature gap and be able to build what we call literature map. If you don't know what literature map is all about and you are a researcher, maybe after this training, you find a way to buy me one bottle so that I will get energy to equip you more. So you will get to see what we call literature map, then we'll now build up our literature gap. And that is all we need to discuss today. So let's download some of this paper. Let's click this one. If it is correct, it will take me to the paper. You can see from AI, it took me to the journal section where that paper was published. And whenever you get to any place like this where the paper is hosted, just look for where you will see PDF or maybe download or some other things like that. Like this one now, you can see PDF here. I can just click this one and the paper will get downloaded. Let's wait for a bit to see whether it will download. And let me also tell you that some of these papers, especially quality research papers, may not actually be free for you online. Some may require that you pay a token. If you like the paper, pay a token. Everything must not be free. When you pay attention to what you are doing. When we start spending money to get some things done, the kind of focus we will give to that thing will be totally different because we actually want to enjoy the benefit of the money we give out. So let's download this paper. Good. You can see the paper now. You can see. Now, in case you didn't give the instruction as regards to the year, please go through to check the period to be sure this paper is relevant. The relevance of a research material is not just about the topic alone. The topic can be relevant, but it's already outdated. Remember our knowledge gap. So this one is valid. You can see this paper was published in 2022. So I'll just download it. I'll download it. Let me download it. Then let me go back to my AI and check my second one. The second paper is here. Let me click on it. So this one is not taking me straight to where I need, and I don't want to waste that much time to start searching for it one after the other. Oh, hold on. Please, at this point, pay attention. Follow me carefully. Very, very important. The price you are paying for this program is the attention you are paying. That is the price you are paying to attend this program. The attention matters a whole lot. This one, we have this one here. Let me download it. Whoever that is distracting us here, put yourself. So this, okay, you can see this one now, because what I'm searching for is where I will download it. You can see this one I'm seeing like this. This is view PDF. I believe you are seeing my mouse from where you are. You can see view PDF. I click on it. It gives me the option to download this paper. Yeah, let's know whether we can be able to download just about 5 papers so that we can, it's not much that will go. When you go into the practice yourself, you can cool down and process it the way you want. Whether you want to review 100 papers, 200 papers, you can do that. Then this is the third paper. You can see how easily we are getting these papers now. If you are to just go to Google, you will be getting papers, but you can just be getting anyhow papers. You don't know whether it's relevant or not relevant. Anything that wastes your time on earth is against your destiny. And that is because the unit of destiny is time. And AI has actually come to help us achieve a whole lot of results within short time. You have no excuse for not producing results in as much as there is artificial intelligence. No excuse at all. In fact, from this moment, start telling yourself that excuses are lies, capital lies, beautiful lies that come to make you comfortable and stop you from achieving results. Start using AI. Very, very important. Let's get about 5 papers. Then we'll now go back to AI, then review these papers and be able to build our research gap map or literature map. Let me download this one too. Follow me carefully. And thank you so much for being part of what we are discussing here. Your presence means a whole lot for me and for my team. Our institution is a place of honor. We respect people, we respect our partners all over the world. We value them seriously, and we are building a community of researchers.
Asa omo yen sase we no kwa na ye. Omo ye nzo mu nsua he.
You are distracting us, so the cost of your distraction is that you will give me free medical treatment in your hospital. Thank God I'm working with doctors. After today, I won't be paying money again to attend any hospital. Dr. Sally will make necessary arrangements for me to have access to hospitals in different states. So we have been able to get up to more than 5. I think that is okay, so that we don't waste too much time. We have been able to get more than 5. Let me review what we have. This is this one. This one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have more than 5 within this area we are trying to work on. So the next thing I want us to do now is to review these literatures. Now, let me tell you something. Imagine that you want to do your literature review and you have about 1,000 papers to review before you can proudly say that you have discovered research gaps, before you can proudly say that you are about to contribute meaningfully to the existing knowledge. You have 1,000 papers to review. Tell me, how many days will it take you to be able to review these 1,000 papers? That is why back then, in those days, they would tell us that to complete one research will take about 1 year, will take about 2 years. It is because it will take time to review what we have currently before we build on what is on ground. But do you know that with artificial intelligence, you can use just 1 minute, 1 second, 5 minutes to review 1,000 papers and get to know any idea inside those papers and what is missing and what is not missing. Have you seen the beauty of AI? With artificial intelligence, if you understand the practical way, the best way to talk to artificial intelligence, the best way to work with artificial intelligence, trust me, 1 week, you can produce quality research materials. After this program, I will share the testimony of people who have passed through our institution through the AI and Research Empowerment Challenge. Some of them are professors. Some of them are senior lecturers. You will see the kind of words from them, the kind of appreciation we receive from them, that what has been killing my time for years is not something I can easily do within 1 day. Within 1 week, you see people. Last week, I received a testimony from someone who wrote to us to appreciate. There is a book we have, The Laws of Academic Feasibility and the Laws of Journal Acceptance. This guy said after reading this book, he was able to publish his first international paper. AI has come. If you understand all these things, you become limitless. So, the literature review now, so that we can be able to identify the gaps. The review will be done together with the identification of the gaps, and from there, I will build the literature map. How everything will happen at the same time. Because cloud AI gives me more quality results, you can get, okay, I will do it on ChatGPT, I will do it on cloud. But let's first of all go to cloud so that you can see the difference of the result you get when you are using ChatGPT and when you are using cloud. And remember, I see we have almost over 100 AI tools. If you enroll for our AI and Research Empowerment Challenge, you get to see how unique all these tools are. You see the kind of result you can get when you are using each of these tools. So let's go to cloud. This is my cloud. Let me open this together. Good. This is my cloud. If you want to log into cloud, just go to your Chrome or go to Play Store, download it, or your laptop, go to Chrome or Edge, any browser you are using at all, sign in, log in. The free option is there. You use the free option. And we have the Pro one and the Max one. We are giving up Max 30,000 naira per month. That one is a bit expensive because of the quality, and beyond the quality, other limitations in using cloud. Please follow me carefully. Follow me carefully. Let me pull out the topic. This is the topic we are working on here. Good. So let me pull the topic. And let me submit the topic here. This is cloud. What we want to do now is to review that 5 papers we've downloaded. We want to review them now. And in the process of reviewing, we discover the gaps. In the process of discovering the gaps, we structure our literature map. Then the last thing we will now do is the gap statement on its own. And so that I will not forget, now that this comes to my mind, in research, some of you may be asking, where do I actually include the literature, the research gap in my research paper? Where is that particular section that if I go to my research paper, I will get to see the research gap? Every institution has their own templates. Every journal publisher has their own templates. When you go to their templates, you read it very well. You see how they ask you to structure their research you are submitting to them. And that is because, to a very large extent, research is perspective-based. And that is why you will conduct your paper, you give it to lecturer 1. Lecturer 1 will make some corrections, give it to lecturer B. Lecturer B will even contradict issues because where the other one corrected, that one is reversing it. Give it to another person, that one is coming from a different perspective. And if you're a lecturer listening to me now, please, I want to beg you with the name of God. When a student submits research paper to you, rate that student based on what is in the research template of your school. And it is your duty to provide your supervisee the template he will use or she will use to build the research paper. And if you are a student, when you want to conduct any research paper, whether for submission for your study or for publication, first of all ask, sir, be your supervisor, or sir, be your reviewer, be the publisher, where is the research template I need to tailor my research? You understand? This is what helps you to know what is expected. Now, when you go to research paper and you want to find out where research gap is, go to the statement of program. Like a university in, is it Jos? Yeah, a university in Jos, Annan University. I know them to their own template states that the research gap must be at the ending part of the statement of problem. Remember when we started this discussion, I said there are 2 things that push you to go into research. 1 is the problem that is in existence. Then 2 is the gap that nobody has closed, the unanswered question that is still crying out for somebody to answer it. So this school recommends that when you are submitting research to us, start with your statement of problem, At the end of it, okay, we have seen the problem, tell us the gaps. And some other schools will tell you that the research gap should be under the literature review. When you are done with the conceptual, you are done with the empirical, you are done with the theoretical review, you now have a section called research gap. That is where you now tell us that, okay, I've done my conceptual review, I've done my theoretical review, I've done my empirical review. At the end, these are the gaps I identified. But the one you add to statement of problem is telling you that, okay, I have discovered the various problems that are in existence. I now moved a step further to now look at the various gaps, and these are the gaps. They are all fantastic, whichever one you are adopting, but whichever you are adopting, make sure it aligns with the templates you are using. And as I was saying, if you're a lecturer, if a student submits a paper to you, pause and ask yourself, what perspective do this student has? Because sometimes we kill the initiative of our students through the corrections. Some lecturers are not even interested to find out what perspective is this student driving with. You have, as a supervisor, as a lecturer, you have your own perspective. The moment you see that topic, you have your perspective. And the student, the moment the student saw the topic, he or she has his or her own perspective. And the essence of supervision is to balance perspective, not just to kill a student's perspective. Right? So that I'm just digressing to make sure that I make this thing very clear, because the kind of comments we always receive when we receive students' documents here is always laughable. Let me put it like that. Now, let's do the practical thing. We want to review the papers we have downloaded. And the next thing we want to do now, after submitting the topic, is to connect those papers to this cloud or to ChatGPT. And how do you do that? When you look at my screen here, you will see a plus sign. Look at where I am. You will see a plus sign. Please, I want to take your permission. Few minutes. One of my team members is out to fix our office car. Let me know what the problem is. He has been calling me. My apologies. Apologies, please. We are together. Hello. Money don't finish for the account. Call madam, make it send money to you. Tell madam that I'm busy having a training. Huh? Call madam, tell madam to send money for you for correct 10,000 naira. I'm with you, please. Thank you so much for this little time to handle this. Okay, thank you. So when you look at my screen, you will see a plus sign. This is where you will connect whether there are 20 papers, which is one of the reasons why you must use premium tool. Don't just use the free ones. The free ones may not give you the opportunity to attach all these papers. You can attach up to 100 papers. You can attach depending on the account you are using. You can attach up to 500 papers. So once you click this plus, you will see add files or photos. Click on this add files or photos. It will now give you option to select documents inside your phone or inside your laptop, whichever. This then, we are in an era you can use even your smartphone to do your research. That is just the truth. So let me trace back to the papers we downloaded. Let me trace where I have them. Okay. So these are the papers I downloaded. I doubt, let me even know where the location. And when you are downloading papers, please confirm the locations, because that will be another challenge you may have when you are trying to upload it, just like the one I'm having now. Confirm the location where your paper is downloaded to, so that you can easily call it up. Okay, this one is under my desktop. So let me go back. Please follow me carefully. This is my desktop. So let me twist the papers I downloaded. I downloaded this one. I downloaded this one. Let me trace other ones. I downloaded this one too. I downloaded this one. I downloaded this one. I'm very sure. So let me open them. And let me go and confirm again. Please follow me carefully. We are in the practical section where you don't need to miss anything. This, and this. Remaining one. Let me go back. Let me see, attach one again. Trying to attach. Because the network can be very slow sometimes. So just, okay, we've done attaching them. The network is slow at any point, just bear with us. So you can see we have been able to attach the 5 papers we downloaded. This paper 1, paper 2, paper 3, paper 4, and paper 5, up to 1,000, depending on the account. If you are using the free one may not allow you to attach as many papers as you want, right? If you are, I think Plus, I don't know, Plus is also limited to a number, but that one will give you opportunity to attach many. For Pro, if you are using ChatGPT Pro or Cloud Max, that one will give you opportunity to attach as many papers as you want. So we are done attaching our papers now. What we want to do now is that literature review that will take you 1 month, that literature review that will take you 2 months, for you to be able to identify your research gap. Imagine you have to devote time to read papers that are about 20 pages into 100. I wonder how many days it will take you. That is what we want to quickly do now within 2 to 3 or 5 minutes and get our gaps discovered. So the moment I attach this, the next thing is to give AI instruction. The quality of instruction you give to artificial intelligence determines the quality of the result artificial intelligence will give to you. See it from the input-output analysis angle. The quality of the input determines the quality of the outputs. So the quality of your instruction to AI, which is the reason why I highly recommend that you go and get our book called How the Art of Talking to AI. If you master how to talk to AI, AI is studying human language now, unlike humans studying the language of machine. Remember those people who were busy learning programming those days? Nowadays, just a single instruction you will give to AI, AI will build a website for you. What about those who spent years learning programming? So some skills are becoming outdated gradually because AI.
Kí lorúkọ ẹ̀?
Sir, we are together.
Sorry.
So let me quickly give the instruction. I may not give it in detail, but trust me, what I will give here will help us because of time. I'll tell AI, I am conducting research on the topic. This is my topic here. Good. I'll tell AI the attached documents are the papers I want to review and discover the research gaps. Good. Review the papers, comma, identify the various research gaps like methodological gap, comma, empirical gap, comma, theoretical gap, comma, which other one? Knowledge gap, comma, which other one? You have methodological, empirical, theoretical, knowledge gap. We have conceptual gap, and so many other ones. Let's just limit ourselves to these ones. Prepare. Okay, after review and discovering of the gap, present the gaps in literature map. The literature map should include the name of the author, the year the paper was published, the title of the research, the let's stop here, Sean. Title of the research, the methodology used in the research, methodology used, the various concepts, the theories. Okay, that is all. Then remember, I may not cool down to give it very well. Then present the matrix. Present the literature map, also called matrix, literature matrix. Follow me carefully. Present the literature map in a table format showing rows and columns. Each author should be in a row. Yeah, let's work with this one. So let me copy all these instructions so that we'll also use it in ChatGPT. So I've added all the necessary instruction. I told Cloud that I want to conduct this, that I'm conducting this research. I added the topic. I told Cloud that I've attached the various papers I want to use, I want to review to be able to discover the research gaps. I've told Cloud AI the various gaps I'm looking at, and I've told AI the various, the pattern of the results I'm expecting from it. When you master how to talk to AI, you get to know that we have, when talking to AI, you must establish the context very, very well. You must make AI to understand the kind of result you are expecting. AI is not a browsing, is not a search engine. What some of us do is that we use AI the same way we use Google. That is capital no. AI is not Google. If you are just interested in browsing, go and browse under Chrome, under Edge. But if you mean the serious business we use AI to do, learn how to talk to AI. So let's send this one. Let me send it. While it is working on it, let me go back and give the same instruction to ChatGPT. Let me open a new chat to ChatGPT. Let me submit the same instruction. I've submitted it. Then you can see the plus sign under ChatGPT. The plus sign, then add photos and file to bring option for me to call up the papers. Here's my paper. My paper is under my desktop. This is paper 1, paper 2. If you are working with your laptop, let me emphasize on this so that you don't go and be picking the papers one after the other. If you want to pick about 10 papers at the same time, just hold your control key constant. The control key, once you hold it constant, then you right click on the papers you want, and they will all be selected at the same time. You can see I've selected all the papers I want at the same time. Then you now remove your hand from the control key and you either click enter button or you click this open and everything will be attached. You can see everything. Allow it to load. It's done loading. Downloading. So let me send this. Let's go to Cloud and see what Cloud is doing. Cloud most times take time to work. ChatGPT gives faster results than Cloud, but Cloud gives better features, and you can see the kind of results Cloud gives to me now. You can see it. What do I do to make it appear very well? Let it finish so that I can download it. If it gives me the option to download it, I can download it and you will see the kind of results it gives to us. While it's still loading, let's go back to ChatGPT. This one is the one we are doing under Cloud. Let's go back to ChatGPT and see what ChatGPT is doing. Okay, I think ChatGPT is still loading the documents. Okay, ChatGPT is working. You can see how ChatGPT is presenting its own now. You can see they are totally different. They are all AI tools, but the features are different. The quality is also different. You can see. Now, let me copy this one. This one, very fast. Let's know whether Cloud is done with its own. While Cloud is still working, ChatGPT is already done. So let's go to ChatGPT, copy everything we have so that you can be able to see it clearly. Let me hide this. Good. Let me hide this. Good. This is my literature map. Let me copy everything. Let's paste our what ChatGPT gave to us. Good. Adjust it very well. Good. So let me create it. This one is the heading, the literature map. This is what we call literature map. Literature map shows the various authors. It shows the methodology they used. It shows so many other things. Let me expand it a little bit so that we can be able to. Yeah. You can see my screen. This is what we call literature map. we have been able to map. If you have about 100 papers, especially if you are maybe working on BSc and sometimes MSc, they may not demand that you show the literature map, or some schools may not pay attention to that. But literature map is really important that you include it to show people, authors you reviewed before you are able to form your literature. Your literature gap. So this is the first author here, Son et al. Published the paper in 2021. This is the title of this paper. This is the population context. This is the methodology they use. This is the core concept. This is the theory they use. You can see this one, no formal named theory stated. Let me increase it so that you will see it. This particular one now, no formal named theory stated, meaning that there is already a literature, a theory gap in this one because the author did not use any theory. Then these are the research gaps identified. See? So what literature map helps you to do is all the authors that you are working on, that you are using to form your own literature gap, it helps you see them in one document. You can see this is author one, this is Son et al. Shows the title, population, context, methodology used, core concept, show the theory, it shows the key findings, and these are the various literature research gaps in there as we requested. Then this is the second author. This is the year. This is the title. This is the population they worked on, the methodology they use, then the concept, then the theory. This one too has no formal theory. Then this one too, no explicit theory stated. Likewise, this one. So all the papers we have actually has issue with theory, and there are theory gaps in there. This is the last one. So this is what we call literature map. Now, let's go back to cloud and see what cloud gives to us so that we'll see the difference between the result we are getting from cloud and the result we have from ChatGPT. Is it here? Didn't give me option to download it. Did I request option to download? Let me request option. Give me option to, and thank God this came up. When you are working with AI, have it in mind that the first instruction you give to AI may not give you the result you want. You keep on, it's just like you are working with your PA. You send your PA a message and maybe your PA didn't get it the way you want. Your PA may call you on phone. How do I go about this one? This is what came up, or whatever. You give another instruction. Same way with AI. When you are working with AI, from time to time, you give instructions, you repeat instructions again. So let's request for PDF of it. Give me option to download the PDF. Good. Give me the option to download the PDF. Already done. The last thing we have to do now is just to take the literature map, put it back to artificial intelligence, and tell artificial intelligence maybe to write 5 paragraphs of literature, of research gap, or 2 paragraphs, depending on how lengthy you want your gap statement to be. If you are just working on a journal paper, your gap statement can just be summarized in about 2 paragraphs. If it is PhD work, your gap statement can read up to 1 page, 2 pages, depending on how voluminous you want your paper to be. And when you are writing anything using AI, be specific. Tell AI what I want is 2 paragraphs, what I want is 2 pages, what I want is this, this, and this. What I want is a table format. Present the report in PDF, present it in Excel format, or anyhow at all you want, whatever you are expecting from AI. When you read The Art of Talking to AI, you get to understand that you must communicate the kind of output you are expecting after clearly stating the context of what you are expecting. So you let AI to get to understand, okay, this is the output and what I'm looking for. I need a table. Present it in a table. Present it in Excel. Present it in PowerPoint. Yeah, you can use especially cloud. You can use cloud to build a comprehensive PowerPoint, whether you want it in 20 slides, you want it in 50 slides, just a little instruction, AI will design the entire PowerPoint for you. All you just do is to download it. For instance, this PowerPoint I used for the beginning, this PowerPoint, I didn't start from beginning to maybe designing this. I only gave artificial intelligence, this is what I want, this is how I want it. Present it in PowerPoint. I told it I don't want it to robust, I just want it in first slide. And it gave it to me. You can see how clean and neat it is. You understand? But imagine I want to use maybe other tools to design this PowerPoint. It will take me time. And that time is the unit of my destiny. I really need to manage it very well. Right? So let's go back to cloud to see whether the PDF is ready. Like I said, cloud always take a little bit time. All these AI tools, they work differently. So the PDF is getting ready now. It's getting ready. Good. But it's very tiny, very, very tiny because of how close it is. Very, very tiny. You can see this is the literature map. You can see how it cloud gives a very fantastic output, literature mark on effect of smartphone use on sleep quality, research context, smartphone use and sleep quality among medical residents in Nigeria. You can see this is the author, this is the year here, this is the title of each of the papers, this is the methodology. Remember when I was giving instruction, I told AI that every author should be in one row, and that is exactly what it gave to me. When you are working with AI, you must have a mental picture of what you are expecting. AI is not for lazy people. If the reason why anyone wants to use AI is because he or she is lazy, AI will disgrace you. You must be able to, you must be creative. You must be a good thinker. You must go in depth to say, okay, this is what I want. This is how it should look like. Communicate it to AI because that is what AI will give to you. Remember the input-output analysis. The quality of your input, that means the quality of your output. You can see paper 1, paper 2. You can see everything, the methodology they used, the key concept captured. Let me increase it a bit so that we'll see a little. See, this is the first author here. So some parts were cut off because of how robust it is. This is the year. This is the title of each one. You can see each of them. And this one is the methodology. This one is the key concepts. This one is the theory used in the paper where necessary. And this is the empirical gap and so many other ones. You can see this one break the gaps one after the other. But ChatGPT summed all the entire gaps into one. So the next thing and the final thing we do, we only have about 4 minutes to the end of this program, is just to go back to AI now and give AI instruction. Let's go back to AI to write the gap statements. So let's go back here. Let me use ChatGPT. Where is the cloud? Okay, let's use this. First of all, let me download this. Let me download this. Yeah. Sports. So let me go back to AI. Whether under the same place or maybe in a different place, a new chart, you can open a new chart and go back, click the plus sign, add photos and file. What you are uploading now is the literature map. You write your gap statement using the literature map because your gap statement already, I mean your research map, the literature map already showed all the authors and everything and all the literature gaps and other things. I mean the research gaps. put it to AI back, give it a little instruction, write 2 paragraphs, 5 paragraphs of the gap statement. So let me go straight. Let me look for the document I just downloaded now. In the map, is it here? Yeah. Let me attach the 2. The one I generated from ChatGPT and the one I generated from Cloud. Let me attach the 2 of them. Then let me also go back and get my research title. When you enroll for our AI practical training, you will get to understand that when you are working with AI, for every instruction you are giving, there are core aspects of your research that you must always include to that AI, so that AI will get to understand what you are working on exactly. Because wrong instruction, wrong output. So, so we tell AI this is our topic. Good. I am conducting research on the effect of whether you are using small letter or capital letter. AI understand that one. Read through it and understand. I am conducting research on the effect of this, and this. Then the attached document is my literature map that contains the research gaps. Write the gap statement in how many do we in six paragraphs. Each gap should be discussed in 1 paragraph. Ensure the discussion shows in detail how my current study will close those gaps. Because we are trying to identify, okay, there is a theory gap. What do you want to do now? You know there is a theory gap. You've identified methodological gap. What do you actually want to do? Because that is what differentiates your own study from the study of others. Only that. So discovering the gap, your gap statement should show the gaps, and it should show us, okay, you have been able to identify the gap. What exactly do you want to do? I also want to tell AI that I don't have that time to start rewriting this paper. I don't have the time to start rewriting this paper. Give me the final edition that I can add to my research document. You are good to go. So this may not be a detailed instruction. Like I said, we have the art of talking to AI. There you will master the right way to cool down, because that one now you are no longer doing it to rush. You are now you, your laptop and your idea, battery and everything. Cool down so that you can be able to get something that is excellent. So let me copy this so that we also do the same thing on that cloud. I've given the entire instruction. Let me write the research gap statement. Oh yeah, okay, go. Let me go back to cloud. My cloud here. Sorry, we're already 2 minutes out of the scheduled time, but I want to believe that I am not wasting your time. One promise I made to myself is that you can never come to my circle and we are discussing and I'm wasting your time. For everything we discuss, you must gain an insight. So let's use cloud and do the same thing. While we are trying to upload this, possibly ChatGPT must have finished writing its own. So Let me attach the literature map. Remember, what we are attaching now to be able to write our gap statement is the literature map that you have actually structured that shows the entire authors and what they did and the various gaps in what they did. So, okay, I can tell AI, remember I say your output. I can tell AI present in PDF. I want you to present in PDF or maybe in Word document, one that you can easily download and copy it back and transfer it to the paper you are working on. So let me request for PDF here. Oh, sorry, I did not attach the paper, did I? Okay, I did. So let's go back to ChatGPT to know whether ChatGPT is done working. Yes, you can see ChatGPT presented this one, gap statement, final edition for inclusion in research document. Now let's read a bit what we have here. The existing body of literature reviews a critical empirical gap in the understanding of smartphone use and sleep quality within the context of medical residence in Nigeria and sub-Saharan Africa. Current studies have largely focused on university students or general adult populations in Europe, Asia, and Latin America, with no direct investigation of medical residents who operate under uniquely demanding clinical environments. Medical residence involves prolonged and so many other things. You can see this was the major methodological gap identified across prior studies is the overall reliance on cross-sectional design and subjective self-report measure such as PIT-POB sleep quality index with limited integration of this blah, 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 few studies, blah, 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 blah. By incorporating both behavioral, I'm trying to see what we do differently. This study, okay, this is where it starts now. This study addresses these limitations by proposing a more robust methodological framework that integrates validated instruments for smartphone addition, subjective sleep quality assessment, blah, blah, blah. By incorporating both behavioral and occupational dimensions, the study improves measurability, measurement validity, and reduces bias. And this is another gap here. The literature also exposes a significant theoretical gap as existing studies fail to integrate the key explanatory mechanisms underlying the smartphone sleep and blah blah. So many other things. You pull down and read it, and if maybe it fails to give it to you the way you want, give it another instruction. For instance, I can come here, I will tell ChatGPT, be specific on the type of methodology to be used in this new study, comma, the type of theory or theories to be used in this study, and so on and so forth. So you can just send it and it will now still refresh again and start writing. You understand? So let's go back to the methodological section so that we'll see whether something changed. Now, a significant methodology gap exists due to the dominance of cross-sectional designs and reliance on subjective blah, 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 and blah. The point starts from here. To address this, the present study adopts a cross-sectional analytical design with enhanced measurement integration. Remember, other ones only focused on cross-sectional designs and reliance on subjective self-report sleep measurements such as blah, blah, blah. This one is now telling us that for us to be able to do something different, these are the various methods we need to use. Likewise, this one, the literature further exposes a pronounced theoretical gap as existing studies fail to integrate core mechanism and blah, 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 and blah. Let's look at something different we are doing in this particular one. This study addresses this limitation by explicitly grounding the analysis in three complementary theories: the behavioral addiction theory, the cognitive arousal theory, the circadian, sorry about my teeth, circadian rhythm disruption theory, and so on. You see the beauty of using artificial intelligence. Tell me, even if your consideration is that this thing may have something like AI rates, when you enroll for our, when you join our AI and research empowerment challenge, you will learn how to detect plagiarism, you will learn how to detect AI rates, and also how to manage them and remove them. So let's go back to the cloud and see what cloud gives to us. Here we'll come to the end of this, but let's just see what cloud has here. Let me download it. Beautiful. We still display it here. You can see. You see, anything cloud is giving is always totally different. Cloud is just a premium tool on its own, but it is just expensive. That is just the problem. Like this particular account we are using like this cloud account is $200 per month that we are paying. $200 is equivalent to over 300,000 naira for this particular account. Imagine 1 month. You understand? But for you to have access to this cloud, it's 30,000 naira a month. It's a shared account and you get to use it and beautify your work. So let's open what we have here. You can see this one. Very neat. So statement of research gap. And this one, blah, blah. And this one is empirical gap. In your study, it's not necessary unless if your the template you are using requires you itemize all the gaps like this. Otherwise, just use paragraphs. Each one should be, the discussion of each one should be in paragraph. So this is all about using artificial intelligence to actually discover your research gap, be able to handle your literature review, to be able to do your literature literature map, and to see the next phase. Once you are done with your research gap, you can now continue all other things. The research gap is what will tell you the appropriate methodology you are to use for your study. If you don't identify research gap, how do you come about the methodology you are using for your study? You don't identify research gap. How do you come about the population gap for the population you are using for your study? And so many other things like that. So the first thing you are to do as a researcher, to be able to gain clarity, to be able to produce a quality research that can help you score A if that is your target, or help you publish your paper in SOKOTO Standard Journal. The first thing to do after being inspired by an existing problem is to look for what is missing, what is currently missing, the question or the answer that has not been provided by other researchers. Otherwise, if you fail to do that, what you are doing is just a repetition of what other researchers must have done. And when you end up repeating what other researchers have done, trust me, you have not contributed to the existing knowledge. You have not contributed at all. Maybe we are talking about people who have done some things on the aspect of malaria, on the aspect of typhoid, on the aspect of this, but you are unable to cool down. All you just know is that there is a problem. You failed to actually cool down and do a thorough research to see the gaps in what other medical researchers have done, and you just left room to conducting your own research. Your outcome may end up being the outcome of a research that is currently in existence. And if it is the same thing, totally you have not contributed anything to knowledge. You just wasted your time compiling textbook that people will read. And let me use this as my final word. Research is not the same thing as textbook. When you are writing a textbook, the mentality and the perspective you use is not the same thing with writing research. With a researcher, you are going into investigation to see what is in existence and to see what you should introduce. Writing a book, you are just trying to communicate information. Possibly that information may be even existing in another book, or you are trying to communicate it using your own platform, your own brand, and so many other things like that. I want to sincerely thank you for you to have followed me up to this moment, and I believe strongly that I did not waste your time. Once again, thank you from the deepest part of my heart, and on behalf of my team at Verizon Global Research Lab and the International Institute of Artificial Intelligence and Research. I appreciate the organizers of this program, and most importantly, I appreciate those of you who listen to this program up to this moment, because in economics, we have opportunity cost. There is something you should have been using the time you sacrifice for this program to do. Such thing may give you money, such thing may give you idea, but because you see this, our discussion as a priority now, you were able to sacrifice all those things and pay attention. Trust me, it means a whole lot. Lastly, this program comes with certificates. Yes, it comes with certificates, but we don't issue certificate free of charge. You understand? We don't issue certificate free of charge. In case you are interested for us to be able to meet up with the administrative issue of producing the certificate, maybe by tomorrow or this night, a link will be posted in the WhatsApp group, and it will also be sent across to email. If you are interested in getting a certificate, you have to pay just a sum of 2,000 naira to get a certificate. Compulsory, getting a certificate is not compulsory. At least the knowledge has been properly made open for you. So thank you from the deepest part of my heart. Dr. Sagi there?
Okay, thank you very much, our able facilitator. Thank you for the knowledge you have shared. We appreciate you very much. Thank you for the time, and to all our participants. We appreciate your time on behalf of our president, Dr. Mujitaba Umar, and the entire executive arms of the Association of Resident Doctors. We welcome you all, and we thank you for the time. Over the past 2 hours, our facilitator have shared light on many things, many important things that we can do in our research. We had about more than 180 participants in this on this call, and our facilitator started with telling us that your research journey begins with you identifying the gap in that aspect of the research you want to carry out. And it showed us different types of research gaps, the AI tools that we can use to discover those research gaps. Then we now went into the practical aspect of discovering research gaps and how to write the research statement using the title effect of smartphone use on sleep quality among medical residents in Nigeria. So at this point, we welcome questions. I have taken note of some questions on the chat box. So, and if you have any questions, you can go ahead to ask in the chat box, or you can unmute and ask your question. Some of the questions that are on the chat box that I have noticed are, let me read the question. Molay Francis Cargo asked that how many papers do we need to write a good research gap? How many papers do we need to write a good research gap? Then Ola Korede Fawele asked that, but is it possible to review all the existing literatures on one topic? Is it possible to review all existing literatures on one topic? So let me check the chat again. Get
Are we together? Should I answer the questions?
Yes, you can go ahead and answer those questions, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you for your questions. And if you still have more questions, please keep it coming. Keep it coming. So the first question is talking about how many papers can we use to be able to identify a gap in a particular study. The point is that research becomes very interesting now, currently than those days. Back then, before anyone would conduct research, you see our professors even traveling to different places, visiting one library to the other to make sure that they have access to as many papers as possible. But currently, with your smartphone, with your laptop, inside your room, within just 5 minutes, you can have access to as many papers as possible. As to how many papers, there is no any limit to how many papers you can use. Your duty is to make sure you have access to the relevant papers, as many as possible. And in as much as you use artificial intelligence, trust me, you can be able to cover all the existing papers within all the existing relevant papers within the idea you are working on. For instance, if you go to if you join our AI and Research Empowerment Challenge, where we teach all of these AI tools, and you want to use maybe paper digest, for instance, you see that just a single submission of the idea you want to work on, following the approach we discuss in that paper, paper digest will, within a second, show you all the existing papers within that idea. In as much as that paper is published in any journal platform, paper digest will help to show you that, okay, this is this, this is this, this is this, this is this. All you now do is to now start sourcing them. Or do you talk about connected paper? Or do you talk about site.ai and so many other AI tools? So there is no any specific limit to the number of papers you can use, but I always encourage researchers, don't just come and tell us that there is no research papers. There is a research paper, you are the one that is not searching for them. Telling us that there is a scarcity of paper to use, no matter the idea you bring on board today, trust me, a version of that idea has been in existence for long. Just that we are now seeing it from a different perspective. So there is no limit. Search for as many as possible, and the only way you can get as many as possible is with the right use of artificial intelligence. The next one is it possible to review all existing papers? Yes, it is possible. However, it is not 100% possible. And that is because all you are reviewing is the relevant papers, not all existing papers. A paper can be related to your idea, but that paper was published in 2010. You can decide not to go into that because that paper to you is already outdated. You can even see a paper of 2020 to already be outdated. And that is why in your methodology, or possibly whatever section you want to include, that we always have limitation of study. Under that limitation is where you have to, include some certain things or what you avoided, blah, 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 or possibly under your methodology, show us how you go about sourcing for your materials and what you excluded. I think under methodology, we always have inclusion and exclusion criteria. Under the inclusion criteria, you tell us, okay, these are the basis of your judgment in determining the papers you use for this study. Why under the exclusion criteria, you tell us the basis that form your judgment for excluding some papers or excluding anything that is not part of that study. Such that anybody who picks up your paper and going through your methodology can easily replicate that paper and get similar results from a different perspective.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. There are some participants that raised their hand. Before we continue with on the chat box, we have Samson Olaide. Samson Olaide, you can unmute and ask your question. Samson Olaide. Okay, Abraham Oladoye. Abraham Oladoye.
Hello, sir.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. God bless you. I really enjoy your practical session very much. Thank you so much.
Big love, sir. Thank you for
Now,
being here.
yeah, on that, I have some couple of questions. No, number one is that under the ethical selection, I don't know whether assuming now, because when you had 5 papers, where at the
Hello,
beginning
hello,
you selected.
hello. Sorry, hello. This is Samson Olaide. Good
Abraham
evening.
is speaking already.
Samson
All
already,
right.
you can hold on, please. Hold on.
All
Abraham
right.
is talking already.
All right. Thank you.
So when you selected 5 papers at the beginning, you were taking them one after the other to know which one is original, which one is not original. Now, assuming you have about 1,000 papers to consider, how are you going to take them one after the other? Is there a technique, is a skill to do them once and for all instead of them taking them one after the other up to 1,000? Because it was easy for you. It is easier when you have fewer articles like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
But when you have 1,000, how do you do to get to be faster with your research? Then the second question is the second question is that when you were instructing the crowd or ChatGPT, you came to about research gaps. I mean, is it theoretical gaps, geographical gaps, and so on and so forth? Then you were not able to list all the gaps. You are not able to list all the gaps. Now, assuming you are doing your research and eventually what you did not include, what you did not instruct a crowd to do, eventually I don't know where you get me. Is there a way that you put all your gaps, you instruct your crowd or your AI tools to include all the gaps? Thank you.
All right, this is an intelligent question. Thank you so much for bringing this up. Okay, the first one, you are talking about how you can confirm the originality of the research paper and by opening them one after the other or something like that. Possibly, you're also looking at maybe the paper is relevant or not relevant, right? I don't know, before I will start answering. Is that what you...
Yes.
Fantastic. Now, remember, I made mention of you knowing the right way to talk to artificial intelligence. Mr. Oma, knowing the right way to talk to artificial intelligence matters a whole lot. Now, let's assume you want to give AI instruction to get a paper for a particular idea. There are some things you need to include. For instance, you tell AI that you only need a paper from 2020 to 2025. In as much as we include that instruction, AI will not give you papers outside that frame. Number 2, when you are using, that is if you are using ChatGPT or you are using cloud or other word generating AI tools. If you are using a tool like Paper Digest, Sign.ai, and some other ones, they have a kind of option to select the years you are looking for. Maybe the paper you are looking for is just for 2020, just select 2020 or from 2020 to 2025. Then papers that will be displayed to you are within that range. Then as regards to getting to know whether the paper is maybe by topic or whatever, in as much as you are working with AI and you have given that instruction, AI will not move outside that context. However, that is the need of you doing the literature map. The literature map will not help you because you don't have that time to now start cross-checking them, opening them one after the other to read them one after the other. You can just, okay, you have seen the papers recommended by AI, download all of them. After downloading all of them, give the instruction, get your literature map. The literature map is now the summary of all these things. You can now, that one is now where, remember, you are at the driver's seat. You are the researcher. AI is not the researcher. AI is just a tool that is helping you to do your research faster and better. You are still the one. You should be totally in control to be able to review the entire paper to be sure that, yes, this is my paper and anywhere it goes to, I can defend it. So when you have your literature map, take some time. That one will be just your review time now, which you just want to, okay, this is the first author, this is the year, this is the title. Look at the concept, look at the theory, look at all those things we added there to be sure that they are all in line with what you want to work with. And don't forget, in the ethical perspective of using AI, it is not everything that AI gives to you that you will use. You have to apply your own human judgments. Your human judgment can say, okay, AI gave this, recommended this, but from my own personal judgment, this should go off. You remove it. Very, very important. You are the driver. You are the owner of the entire document. Then the second question, talking about the various gaps. I think we have about 15 gaps that has been identified. I may not be able to have all of them offhand. We have about 15 research gaps or so. Please try as much as possible to get that research gap handbook. Very, very important. It's going for 5,000, but in as much as you participate in this program, I will instruct the team to give it to you. 3,000 naira is a robust book. This is not a small book that, maybe. And this book is based on the effort of our research team. Our research team took time to review the concept of research gap, come up with all the gaps. In there, you get to know what they are all about. Now, when you are giving instruction to AI, you can, okay, possibly by then you already know all the entire gaps now. You can just have them listed, list them down close to you. Make that form part of your instruction. AI, these are all the research gaps I really want to focus on. Point them out. Trust me, AI will give you all those perspectives. AI will review all of them and give it to you. Then if maybe you don't want to look at all of them, then you can just, but it's very, very important you look at as many as possible. I don't know if I answered your question, sir.
Yes, you try. So what you are saying in essence that the literature map only bring out the original articles. Is that so?
The literature map will summarize the entire document you have downloaded. All the papers you have downloaded, it will help you to review it and filter out based on the instruction you've given. And that is why you are the one in charge. You know what you are looking for. What you are looking for, it should determine the instruction you are giving to your AI. It's just like you have your PA in the office. If you want your PA to do something for you, you should be able to give a clear instruction. This is what I want. This is how I want you to do it. Your PA will now go and do it and bring results and reflect the instruction you gave.
All right,
So
thank you very much.
to summarize all of them, and your own duty is to take time to review them. Okay, this is author 1, this is author 2, this is author 3. Is there anyone that is not talking about what I want to present out there? You are the one in charge of your paper. If this one is not in line, you can scratch it off.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
God bless you, sir.
Ahmed Olayinka Idayat, you can ask your question, please. Ahmed Olayinka Idayat. Let's be brief with our questions, please. Ahmed Olayinka Idayat.
I'm here. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you. Many thanks to our facilitator. Firstly, I just want to ask some few questions. Firstly, on how do I register for ChatGTP Premium? Because I'm always trying it several times, but yet I did not get it. Aside from that, how do I also join the, what's it called? How do we get the book on, what's it called, on Research Gap? And likewise, how do we join the, what's it called? The next class you talked about? I don't know.
The challenge group.
Yes, sir, the challenge group, yes, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you for this, your question. How do I register for ChatGPT? Registration can be in two ways. Yeah, we have people who are financially buoyant to have their personal accounts. If you want ChatGPT Plus, you'll be spending 31,500 Naira monthly. If you want ChatGPT Pro is around 300,000 Naira monthly. If you want Cloud Pro is around $20. That is about something thousand Naira. While Cloud Max is around Cloud Max has two options. We have the $100 option. We have the $200 option. The difference between ChatGPT and Cloud is that Cloud works like electricity in your house. You have to pay what they call it, subscribe your meter, but the extent to which you use that right is based on the number of days you have access to that right is based on your usage. That is how Cloud works. If you subscribe to Cloud, maybe Cloud Pro, if you use it too much within a day, you can exhaust the token that Cloud will give to you. And irrespective of the fact that you paid for 1 month, you may not be able to use it again. On ChatGPT, once you register for ChatGPT, you have access to it for 1 month. There is no any restriction to maybe token or token. You understand me? Now, when you want to register for your own personal account, all you need to do, all you need to do is go to Play Store, then download the ChatGPT or Cloud. Then under there, let me show you something here. This is my ChatGPT here. This is ChatGPT. If you look at where my mouse is, you will see Verizon Global. Then under it, you will see Plus. And let me also digress from here. Please and please, on the internet, there are strict boys parading that they will give you access to ChatGPT Pro. Most of them are fake. They are not ChatGPT Pro. There is what we call ChatGPT account and ChatGPT model. Even the free ChatGPT has Pro model. The model talks about the listening pattern of ChatGPT. The account talks about the capacity of that particular ChatGPT. Now, if any ChatGPT you are using, if it is Plus, you must see the plus under the names. Look at, okay, I'm not sharing my screen. Please let me share my screen. Permit me to share my screen. This is a very important question. Let me share my screen. I'm with you. Good. Please, somebody should confirm if my screen is showing there. Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we can see it now.
When you look at my screen now, you will see by the left side where my mouse is, you will see Verizon Global and you will see Plus under it. If somebody is telling you, I want to give you access to ChatGPT Plus, make sure that you either tell the person to screenshot it and be sure you are seeing Plus here. If it is Pro, you will see Pro here. Then for Cloud, let's go to Cloud. This is Cloud here. This is my Cloud here. Let me open it. Still by the left side, you will see very is just a short word for Verizon. Then under it, you will see Max Plan. This is the highest account level of Cloud. What we have here, then if it is free, you will see free. If it is Pro, you will see Pro. Now, if you want to subscribe to ChatGPT yourself, that is, you have the money to be paying every month to do that. Just come to this place you are seeing Verizon. Whenever you sign up to ChatGPT, your name will definitely show here. The name you use in signing up will show here. Then once it is free, under that your name, you will see free. So just come to this place and double click on it. Once you double click on it, you will see all these options. You will see upgrade plan. Please click this upgrade plan. Once you click on it, it will now show you different account levels. Why I'm seeing only Plus here, let me see if I can see Pro. Maybe Pro is not active here. I'm seeing only 2 accounts here. Let me open another one. I also have ChatGPT Pro. Let me open ChatGPT here so that I will show you the Pro of it. I pray it will log in because good. So why it's loading? Now, let's assume what you want to subscribe to is this business account or maybe this one. All you just do is come to this place, click on it, you will start the process of registering. You use your card, add your card details, and the money will be put out from your card. You are done with the registration. Then the next month, the money will be automatically deducted from your account unless if you disable your account, that is, if you unlink your account from the account, I mean your card details from the account, then the next month they will not charge you. Likewise, cloud too. Follow that process and you will be able to register it. And if what you need that, okay, I can't be able to be paying that something thousand every month or 300,000 naira every month, let me just subscribe through Verizon Global. Just message us under the group. Message us under the group. Our admin officers are there. They will interact with you. Just pay 5,000 naira and you will have access to ChatGPT Plus for 1 month. 10,000 naira, you will have access to ChatGPT Pro for 1 month. This is something that ordinarily should cost you about 300,000 naira. Why we have this is to make sure that we give people not just access to practical skills, but if we give you access to practical skills without giving you the right tool you use and practice that skill, the skill becomes useless for you. That is why we are making sure that, yes, all these things are available. You have the skill, you have the tool you can be able to use and practice and also work. So message us via the group. We'll make your payments and we'll get you onboarded and you start using the tool. Then for the book too, all you need to do is to make your payment. Once you make your payment, the book will be transferred to your email. And if what you need is maybe you need a hard copy, we have the hard copy. And in fact, there is our Sarah bonus. Our Sarah promo is still ongoing. There are 4 books we have that are intentionally prepared for researchers. These books are the laws of academic visibility. Some of us, we are good at research, but no any policy maker has used our research document for anything. Your paper, you are not publishing paper just for it to appear in journals and people will be citing you. 1 year, you have not received up to 5 citations. There are laws backing visibility, and let me tell you, there is money in visibility. If you can be able to pay attention to your visibility, trust me, a whole lot of benefits comes with that. We have the laws of academic visibility. We have the laws of journal acceptance. We have the 2nd edition of Artificial Intelligence Handbook for Researchers, and we have Data Analysis Handbook for Researchers. These 4 books are going for 38,000 naira. You make payments within this Sarah bonus time. You make payments, we will give you another book free of charge. That one is called the 1,000 Research Mistakes. That one will come as e-copy. And once you make payments anywhere you are in Nigeria, this book will be delivered to you. If you are in Ebonyi State, we will build to you from Abuja here. If you are in Kano, we will build. If you are in Lagos, anywhere you are, we will build to you. Then the other book called The Art of Talking to Artificial Intelligence. That book is just a newly launched book. We just launched the book. The book is currently in with publisher where they are producing it. Hopefully by first week of next month, it should be out. The soft copy of it is going for 5,000, but in as much as you participate in this training, we'll be giving it to you 3,000 naira. And also the hard copy is going for 12,000 naira. That is when we are done with the production. But you can lock up this opportunity by paying 8,000 naira now, and once it is out by first week of next month, April, we will build to you wherever you have. We have a whole lot of other good materials which from time to time, all you just need to do is to stay tuned in the platform. We are your premier knowledge partner. I know you guys are all working in different hospitals, But Verizon Global is your knowledge clinic. Here we help you to invest in the right knowledge at any given time. Right knowledge that will help you for your career growth, right knowledge that will help you for your business growth, right knowledge that will help you for your personal growth. In the group, in the WhatsApp group, we also drop the link to our e-library. We have our e-library that we are still building up. Log in there, you see any kind of book that may actually support whatever you are doing. From time to time, check it out, because every week we release different materials that will support our partners. So I want to believe I've answered your question. The last one is about the AI and Research Empowerment Challenge, a Pan-African initiative of the International Institute with Verizon Global. With this initiative, all you just need to pay is 15,500 naira only, and you will have access to the training. You will have access to ChatGPT Plus for complete 12 months. We'll guide you properly on how you can be able to have access to SPSS, starter, and if you lifetime access. And you will also have the opportunity to publish one paper in IIAR journal, and so many other benefits attached, to this program. You cannot pass through this program and tell me that you do not know anything about research. It is totally not possible. After this program now, I will share the link so that you can be able to see the feedback of other people, some are professors, some are senior lecturers, key players of different industries. And this AI and Research Empowerment Challenge, we also have industry-based programs. For instance, you are a medical doctor, you want to actually see how medical doctors use AI to support their day-to-day activities in their office. We have AI practical training for doctors and healthcare professionals. That one too is 15,500 naira with its own benefits. The one for researchers, 15,500 naira. If you're an accountant, we have the one for accountants. If you're a lawyer, we have for our lawyers. In as much as you are a professional and you are looking for the best way to leverage artificial intelligence to automate your day-to-day activities and remain productive. When we are talking about productive, we are looking at your efficiency in what we are doing, in whatever you are doing, your effectiveness in whatever you are doing. You can achieve this with just a little token. And once this challenge is over, let me make this one clear. Once this challenge is over, this program that is 15,500 naira returns to 100,000 naira. It was 100,000 naira before. It is this challenge that slashed it to 15,500. And when it goes back to 100,000 naira, there is no opportunity for 12 months access to ChatGPT. It's just your come and learn and get yourself equipped and get to do your activities better and faster. I want to believe I've attended to your question. In case I missed something, I'll be glad you call my attention to it. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. We would like to apologize to everyone who have a question, and we won't be able to take more questions apart from the last one, because we have gone far, even about an hour into questions and answer now. So we want to apologize to anyone who have a question. However, you can drop your question in the WhatsApp group. We'll attend to those questions accordingly. So I appreciate that. So appreciate everyone among you, and also those ones that have want to acquire request for one service or the other. You can talk in the WhatsApp group. The admins, the representatives of this institute are there to attend to you. Whatever thing you want, just talk in the WhatsApp group.
Thank you, my dog. Thank you.
Okay. So at this junction, I would like to call it a day. And as we started with the opening prayer, I would like us to also use 30 seconds, as we did earlier, to pray according to our faith. Thank you, everyone. And may the knowledge we acquired in this webinar be useful to us in our future. Okay. Okay, may the knowledge be useful to us in our future academic endeavors. So, Mr. Emmanuel, you want to say any other thing before we close?
Each time I have an opportunity to contribute to the little we have here, I don't take it for granted. I really appreciate Association of Residents, Doctors, and SOKOTO for giving us their platform to be able to add value to our people. And you being present here, trust me, you mean a whole lot to us. You mean a whole lot to us. Thank you so much for your time. If you have any question, I'm always available. I'm also in the group. I will drop my number in the group. We offer a whole lot of services. We'll summarize all our services in the group in case you need anything from us. And Dr. Sagi is always available in case you want to reach out to him. Through him, you get in touch with us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. In fact, thank you is an understatement, but I have to say it. Thank you, thank you.
Once again, I think my president, Dr. Mujtaba Umar, will also want to say something to our dear participants. So go on, Mr. President.
Okay, thank you so much. I want to join the International Institute of AI and Research. To also appreciate everyone and to also appreciate the institute. I think we start this like a play and play, but today we have seen a very high turnover. Thank you so much, the participants, for trusting us. Thank you so much for joining. And this is actually an eye-opener. This is an eye-opener. And I think our partnership with the international institutes just started. We should continue to partner more and more in several things. The most important thing is to reach out and to help people and to bring in new ideas for humanity, for progress, for ease. Thank you so much. We really appreciate each and everyone. We appreciate the institute. We appreciate the participants. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, my dog. Thank you, my dog.
All right, thank you, everyone, and have a beautiful night.
The recording,
nice
please.
night.
Sorry, Presido, please. Are we going to have a recorded session of this?
Yes, the recording, the other
Please.
version will be available.
Thank you very much. We appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone, and have a
Thank
wonderful
you.
night.
Thank you. Bye. Bye. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.